Hey, what's going on, guys? I hope you're having a great holiday weekend. Hope you're able to spend some time with family and friends. I'm out here. I just got the Puma unloaded and covered back up. I've took my baits inside. I'm fixing to get everything ready to take up north to the Susquehanna. Get ready to head out there in another couple days. Unfortunately, can't take the Puma and put in up there, but I got a good friend that has a jet drive. So I'm gonna take another trip up there. I'm gonna take you inside and show you some of the baits I'm getting ready to take with me. Some of them that was productive on the last trip. I know this trip is going to be a little bit different. We're probably going to be looking at water temps in the low 40s to, I would say, I wouldn't dare to say probably 37, 38 degree water temps would be a reality. So I'm going to take you in, show you what I'm going to get loaded up, show you my thought process on how I'm thinking about what's going to work in case I encounter some different scenarios, whether it be stained water or clear water, whether on a bait fish bite or a crawfish bite, and what kind of baits that will work at this time of year and these kind of conditions where you get to the bank and it's iced over. So come on inside, guys, take a look with me, see what we can do. He might just be admiring, he might not care.
Having that fancy boat like that.
He might be like, man, he might have went inside and said, honey, I need to get on the water. Let me get my spot here. All right. Thank you, Father. Bless me with some fish. Yeah. And I barely felt him. And watch, he'll be bigger than the one that sat there and tacked it, you know what I mean? Oh, yeah. You reckon there's some debris in the water, dude? Look at all that grass hanging off my line. He feels pretty decent. Oh, yeah. I can't do nothing with it. I'm just gonna have to wait. Get out of there. Oh, yeah. Ooh, that's a good one. Did you see him? Come on, baby. I'm just gonna let you go. Just want to take a picture. Where you going? Ooh. Dude, this is a good one right here. Ooh. Hold on.
That's the biggest one so far.
Yeah, that's a good one. Dude, I'm gonna bring him.
Look at how pretty it is.
Them colors, man. You ready? You got it. Oh, I was running out of water. That's got to be a 3.5 or better.
It's got a big old mouth.
Look at the head on that thing. No, dude. Cool. That's how you want to, right there, T-bone.
Yeah, you might want to retie it.
I'm going to. After that was what, the 5th one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna retie after that one.
Yeah, that's a big one.
Oh yeah. Yes, sir.
Might be one of the biggest ones you caught out here. I'd say so.
What's going on, guys? I hope you're doing well. I hope you're able to get out and do some fishing before winter really sets in. It's pretty much set in here. We've already got temps in the high 30s in the local rivers, so it's we're in winter conditions right now. Come a little early this year, but all you can do is adjust and get out there and still fish. You can still catch them. You just have to, you know, make some adjustments to your gear, and you have to have one thing that I struggle with, and that's patience. It seems like patience is one of your best attributes when it comes to winter fishing. As you can see from the video, we had a great day on the Susquehanna. Water temps were in the mid 40s, and it didn't start off that well. You know, it didn't start off us just catching them. It took about 45 minutes to get them dialed in. You know, we tried the usuals. We tried Neds and soft plastics and swim baits and even jerk baits, but they were in a funky mood, and they wanted just one type of jerk bait. We started with one of the best. I'm sure you guys will agree. The Vision 110 from Megabass. Everybody knows this is one of the best jerk baits ever made. It has caught tons of fish and continues to, and will continue to. We couldn't really get a steady bite on that bait. We did have other boats in the area, and I don't know if they were throwing that size or if it was just you know, typical weather. With the winter, fish just wasn't as active as, of course, as they usually are in warmer water. But them smallmouth are hardy, and if you can get dialed into a technique, you can still catch them. We dropped down to the Junior, which is another awesome bait, and that's, you know, that's the progression of things. You go from one size down. We even tried silent models, and I dropped down to a little bit smaller bait from Daiwa. It's discontinued. They got the DB minnow, excuse me, and they've got this new, I think, Steve's minnows out and stuff. This is an older model, and they wouldn't touch this as well. They even tried some different color patterns. And then I went to one that I've been fishing the last couple years and had a lot of success on, and I want to give it a shot. And that's from Issei, if I said that correctly. It's the GC minnow. And this was the deal, guys. They flat out loved this bait. And I was looking at everything after it was finished, trying to figure out, you know, taking account of what happened during the day and why, you know, we had success. And one thing on these jerk baits, if you look, these two jerk baits, you know, if you would look at them, they're pretty much the same size. But one thing to do when you're choosing your jerk bait is you can notice on this jerk bait, see the shoulders on it? It's one thing to look at. Is look at your shoulders. You can see it compared to this one. It's a much, this one here is a much thinner bait. It doesn't have the big body size that this one has. It's more of a streamlined shape. And I really believe that was the ticket to getting them fish to react to a jerk bait. You can see that we was on that one point. I was pretty much washing them jerk baits, where I would cast it in and bring it out to the current, and with slack line let the current, you know, kind of wash it down to where them fish were holding, and then give it a hit, no pause. And that's another thing, you know, the jerk baits were facing, you know, upstream. They wasn't coming in the current. They was actually going the opposite way, and they was still hitting this bait. So 9 times out of 10, you do want a natural, you know, presentation. You want to come with the current, but this isn't always the case. Just keeping a bait in their face in that strike zone long enough, a lot of times will yield success. This is the actual one I was catching them on. This actual setup right here. This is Megabass first generation Hien with a Daiwa Sv limited. I was going 8-pound line, real light. That's why you saw me taking my time with them fish. And I had the drag locked down pretty good, but I had it set properly for that line size. And that's important, guys. When you're choosing your gear, you don't want to go out and fish baits like this on your standard jerk bait outfits that you would fish the bigger jerk baits with. You'll just, in my opinion, you'll overpower them. So it'd be nice if you it would be more productive if you could drop down and, get you a nice medium light action rod and drop down to, I'll go all the way down to 6 a lot of times. I'm going to head back out. I'm hoping next week, and it'll be, since water temps are going to probably stabilize in them 30s, I don't see a warm up coming. I'm going to stay as light as possible, and that's where that gear comes in handy. If your gear is overpowered, you're going to end up breaking off, and you're going to get your heart broken. So, and I know that from experience. So when you're choosing little jerk baits like this, don't be afraid to drop down in line size, and just adjust your drag and your rod accordingly, and you'll have success. It takes longer to get them in, of course, but take your time. There's no hurry. I actually timed one of the catches from hook up to the time we got her in the net. It was almost 2 minutes. So, and it can take longer than that. That's not abnormal. But take your time, stay patient. Something that power fishermen like myself have a hard time doing. Another bait that was doing well, and I just took it out on the lower Potomac, is the old X-80 from Megabass, but this is the junior size, and this is a little gem right here. They have deeper running models. They have, I'm sure you guys are familiar with these baits. They have a little bit more sharper action, more aggressive. As you can see, they have a little bit bigger body on them. And this is a +1, but this is another good bait to try. Just keep in mind when you're fishing these baits, because of the stout action that they have, you really don't want to hit them hard at all. I mean, you just want to just tap your rod tip, tap your rod tip and wait. You don't want to hit it like you would when you're normally jerkbait fishing. You can see the size in these two right here. You can see that. I'm hoping you guys can see all this. I'm not in the bait room. I'm right inside the den here where the boat's sitting outside. I didn't want to travel up and down the stairs. But line size, guys, your reel and rod is so important. It's important year round, but come wintertime when you have to drop down in size, it's imperative that you have a great line. I have been throwing the Daiwa lines all year. I mean, it's Daiwa, the Samurai. I've been using the new Hien concept, and I've been using the leader fluoro. You can get this at Tackle Warehouse and on eBay. And this is another Daiwa finesse line. A good line, guys, is important. We all know that. What I can say mostly on these jerk baits, when you're fishing these jerk baits, is patience. Man, it's so hard to be patient. That's what, and I really believe that that's what this time of year can really help people, get to that next level and becoming a good angler, because it teaches you patience, and it teaches you learn little tricks and nuances with the baits that you fished before, or maybe, year round, but you're trying them in the wintertime, and you learn, different ways of retrieve and cast and everything. And when you're casting these small baits, like the jerk baits and these little small jigs like these here, these are another little dynamite baits for this time of year. This is Ray Japan. This is a little geek crack bellows gill, a little 2-inch. So man, this bait has caught so many fish for me this year, guys. Excuse me, standalone or even on a jig. It's a great little bait to fish this time of year, because you can fish it on bottom and take your time with it, and use a presentation like it's a dying bait fish. They'll scoop it up. On these jerk baits, guys, if you're a spinning rod guy, which I'm typically not when it comes to hard baits, but I've been using this Megabass, this wind buster. I actually took it out yesterday and caught some good fish on it. And I can see why guys like, using spinning rods with hard baits. If that's what you're comfortable with, by all means go with it. And you don't have to have all the most expensive stuff. You know, I'm getting up there in years, so it's taking me time to get a lot of this gear. When starting off, you know, I starting off like everybody else. I couldn't afford all the best and the brightest, so just get what you can afford and go out and fish. And you'll, if you make adjustments in your line, make adjustments with your presentations, you're going to catch fish. And that's why I want to do this little video. It's a quick video. I'm going to do another. I'm going to go more in depth with a lot of these soft plastics that I know are going to come into play, because soon these jerk baits are going to they're going to slow down. We've caught them on jerk baits, went around, but the bite gets so slow, and you pretty much you're freezing in between catching fish. So baits like these little soft plastics and these little jigs right here are dynamite. I've got a couple soft plastics I'm going to share with you before I end this video. Excuse me. Show you that I've been playing with all year and had success on. This is, I'm hoping you can see this. This is the hurry shrimp from bottom up. And you can see the little claws on here. See, they're not too aggressive. They are barely cupped, so they give off just a tiny bit of vibration. But these are the kind of baits that you want to gravitate towards this time of year. You want to have a bait that, in wintertime, for me, this is my opinion, the most realistic baits are the ones you're going to have the most success with, because you are leaving a bait in the strike zone for as long as you can. And yes, action is important, but color and something that looks realistic to me in the wintertime is more important than anything. And I'm sure a lot of you have experienced that, where you're fishing this time of year and you throw in and you pretty much have to let your bait sit, like you've seen with the jerk bait. It's the same with these soft plastics. You have to let it sit there in front of their face, and they're going to examine it. And if it gives off negative cues, well, it's, you know, it's lights out. You're not going to do any well. So using the most realistic bait you can is important. Now, it's not always important. That, you know, there's no rules in bass fishing. These are just good starting points, and you have to add your own little tweaks to it. But for me, it seems like wintertime is when you need the most realistic baits. The water is usually a lot clearer in the winter, and of course, like I said before, you're fishing a lot slower. So take your time, use the realistic baits as you can. Baits like these bottom up baits, baits that have a very good profile. And what I try to do is bring both. You know, like I said earlier, I was emptying out the boat, and I really condense everything down this time of year. And I try to keep in my mind if they're either going to be on a bait fish or a crawfish pattern, of course. And that's year round. But baits like this little Duo Realis is dynamite this time of year. And of course, these baits work year round, but in wintertime when you're downsizing, baits like this, and of course the jig profile, you're going to get bigger bites with a jig. Baits like this will get you bit. I've used this bait a lot. It does well. So if you go with, you know, bait fish imitators, try them on your jigs. Try to catch them on your, you know, see if they'll react to a jig. And if not, you know, you can strip it down and then put it on a regular little jig head or something and fish it like a Ned rig. The main thing is staying patient, use the most realistic bait you can, and of course the best equipment you can. I just started maybe 5 years ago, where I was, you know, had enough confidence to drop down to like the 5-pound lines and fish. And I would never have dreamt of that years, you know, before that. I was like, no way, man, I'm not. But if you adjust your gear accordingly, you can catch, you know, monsters on that light line with the right rod actions. There's so much to cover, guys. My head's kind of spinning. I know I'm all over the place, but bear with me. I just wanted to mainly show you some of these awesome fish catches and show you what I was using to catch them. And to recap, the little GC minnow on the Megabass America. First generation Hien, Daiwa Sv Limited, 8 pounds Daiwa Samurai fluorocarbon. And I was throwing it on this as well, on the Wind Buster. Same bait, little GC minnow. Went from 8 to 6 and caught some great fish on it as well. So don't get stuck when your friends or you hear or you see on YouTube when we're smashing them on jerk baits. Well, jerk baits are like any other bait, are such a wide array. So keep your options open. You know, this is a jerk bait. This is another great little jerk bait. This is a little FX6 from Megabass. This is also a great fish catcher. So if you hear your buddies say, yeah, we're killing them on jerk baits, don't automatically think that, you know, it's this. You could go out and then fish a 110 all day or similar and not catch anything and get bummed out about it and lose your confidence in it. Bring you some lighter line and some lighter action rods and fish these smaller jerk baits like these GC minnows. And you'll catch some fish, guys. I've got a lot more footage and I've got a lot more baits to show. I'm sure if you follow me on Instagram, you've seen all the baits, and I've got more coming in that I want to share with you guys. I haven't been doing the YouTube thing like I should, and I'm hoping that wintertime is going to allot me the time to be able to do some more videos, get some more baits showed to you guys, and show some clips of me fishing them. Because if I show them on here, they catch fish. They're actually good baits. Because there is a lot of baits that they look good to the eye, but I haven't had much luck with them. Nor have some of my buddies. And closing baits like this right here. This is an awesome bait. This is a little Alpha 8 little panfish imitator. Oh guys, this bait has caught them for me this year. I haven't fished it standalone. I'm always going to try a jig because you get bigger bites on a jig. This is one of my favorites, Kasumi Design non-stack jig. But baits like that, most realistic bait you can get away with, is going to be your best bet. I will try to upload a video here by Monday on this other trip. I hope you enjoy the fish catches, and I hope that you and yours have a great rest of the holiday year, my friends. God bless and tight lines. Let it drift down. Oh yeah, just keep them smaller ones from taking it from those bigger ones.
Should last for a while, as long, you know, you give them a couple minutes every time in between catching them. When two guys are beating on them, then they get onto your tricks pretty quick.
Yeah. That's a little better one, isn't it? I didn't see it. No, it's not. It's not as good as them first two. He's damn. Thinks he is. I think it is too, dude. I don't want to horse him too much. Come on, cuz. I can't lose that jerk bait though. So, dude. Yeah, I think so. I think he's gonna be a 3+. Because we're pretty much in a little eddy right here. And he's... Come on. I'll wait on you. Damn. Damn, dude, I hope this is as big as I'm acting like it is. I think it's definitely.
It looks like a big splash.
It's definitely a 3.5. It might be a little bigger than that. And I ain't trying to. I don't want to horse him.
That is a big fish.
It's a big one, dude. Tell by the way he's.
Oh man, that is a big one.
I don't want. You can't horse him. I'm just gonna let him get tired. Oh yeah. You ready? You ready?
Yeah.
Let's see if I can bring him to you. What you doing? Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yes, sir. Don't do it.
Man, those little hooks.
I know it, but that's why they get pinned. They slap at it, and they damn, you know what I mean? They loving that color.
Yeah.
Oh, first one with the little black on him, dude.
Yeah. Couple black spots.
Cause remember last time we were out here, we caught tons of them with that black on them. Oh, dude. Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's a nice one.
They got shoulders, man.